One of the things I like to say is that ultimately, you are your own best prep. You yourself are the most important tool in your prepping arsenal, not your gear and not the supplies you've put away. You could lose all of that and you would be on your own. What would you do then if you were the type of prepper who just owned stuff? It takes a lot more than just having all the right toys to survive. So today we will be taking a look at 10 important things to consider when contemplating the importance of self-reliance for preppers. So let's go ahead and get started, in no particular order. Number 1, physical fitness. You knew I was going to bring this one up, didn't you? This subject is very important to me, and there are a lot of people out there calling themselves preppers and survivalists that are in terrible physical condition. And the problem with that is that they're neglecting the most important resource that they have. Basically, they're neglecting themselves. Now, I do realize that there are some people who are infirm due to illness or injury, but I challenge those individuals not to use their handicap as a crutch and push themselves as well as they can. Number 2, first aid. Should go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways. I feel that everyone, even people who are not preppers and survivalists, should get basic first aid and CPR training for their own benefit and for the benefit of those around them during a crisis. Number 3, determination. And what's that? True grit. That never give up, never say die attitude. That mentality that no matter what, no matter how bad things look, you are going to keep pushing until you can't push anymore, and then you'll push again. People with this raw perseverance attitude are getting to be a rare commodity, which is unfortunate because they're the ones who get things done. Number 4, self-defense. I know there are some preppers out there who think that they can get by without any sort of conflict and have the impression that since we're all human beings, we can reason and get along. Truth is, though, that we can't. That premise that we can talk our way around just about anything without any sort of conflict is public school propaganda, and it's nonsense. The truth is that when push comes to shove, most people will push and shove rather than talk. And you should be prepared to fight back if necessary. Number 5, gardening. Knowing how to grow your own food and maintain a healthy, balanced garden used to be something that just about everyone could do. But nowadays it's been reduced to a hobby. But one day we could find ourselves in a situation where this is the only source of food for ourselves and our family. So get familiar now with what it takes to maintain a garden and become more self-reliant in that area. Number 6, outdoor skills. When the time comes when there is a long-term grid down situation, you may find yourself out and about more than you ever expected. Or you may find yourself on the run in a bug out situation. In fact, you may be bugged out in a rural area. Regardless of how you got there, it will pay in kind to have the skills necessary to make it in the wild. How to start a fire, how to cook, what you can and can't eat in the wild and how to find it, how to swim, and so on. You get the idea. Basically, your average camping skills, something that most people just don't have anymore. Number 7, DIY, or do it yourself. Do you have any knowledge or experience with the use of basic hand tools? Basic carpentry, basic plumbing. I'm not talking master carpentry or full-fledged HVAC guy, but can you at least make minor repairs on your own? Could you build a basic structure if you had to? You would be surprised how many people have never used simple tools and would be in trouble if they had to. Number 8, thriftiness. In our modern society, people have become more wasteful than ever. It's a throwaway society that discards perfectly good things when they no longer suit them. We live in a society that disposes of more than 60% of all the food that is produced from farm to market, and then they still throw their food away at restaurants and dinner tables. It's a society that lets gallons of water run down the sink when they brush their teeth in the morning. And this attitude will still stick with them when shit hits the fan, and they will burn through what little resources they have left very quickly on account of their bad habits. Don't be that person. Number 9. Home economics. Remember when this used to be taught in school? Well, you don't really see it anymore, do you? The reason being that people don't do things for themselves anymore. If a shirt gets ripped, they don't fix it, they throw it away. If they need to cook, the food goes in a microwave. If they need to wash clothes, they've got a machine for that. All these basic home skills that everyone used to have are lost, reduced to being hobbies. Learn to do these sorts of things at a basic level at least, and you should be all right. And number 10, critical thinking. Along with the last few points, having the ability to think for yourself and problem solve is getting to be a lost art. People don't think for themselves anymore. They let someone else do the thinking for them. They've gotten lazy. Or they rely on a computer program to keep track of things or give them answers to difficult situations. Do you have the ability to assess the risks during a crisis, figure it out, come up with a plan, and actually execute that plan without hesitation? Or will you sit there and hope for a way out, or wait for someone else to tell you what to do? Don't be the sheep, be the sheepdog. And you just knew I had one more for you, didn't you? Call it number 11 if you will. Know yourself. You'd be surprised how few people actually know themselves as well as they like to pretend that they think they do. They believe they are more skilled than they are, they think they're stronger than they are, they feel like they're tougher than they are, but they're really not. Or they spend so much time BSing about how skilled they are that they've started to believe the lie. Know your limitations and improve on them, or find ways to make it work, or else you may find yourself coming up short in a crisis. I hope you found this list interesting. If you have anything you would like to add to the list, go ahead and post it in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up. Always appreciated. Share it if you can and subscribe if you are new. Check out some of the other videos if you haven't. You may find something helpful to you. I hope that you do. If you would like to help this channel out, there are links for that down below. Doesn't happen often, but it doesn't hurt to ask, and every little bit helps. So that being said, as always, stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.